the window.
Phil, in a fit of rage following the last stream and the technical problems, drop kicked not only the camera but all of our equipment, including Dan. So while Dan is healing up and we're getting new equipment to replace all of the equipment that Phil trashed with his flying drop kicks of doom, we will be streaming ghetto style from the laptop.
That's right.
With one speaker between the two of us.
One speaker between the two of us. So if you get confused by the voice, just assume that Trent said the bad thing that upset you.
That's usually fairly accurate.
All right, so some news for today, folks. Our friends over at BCom are at PAX East right now with Tales from Candlekeep. So if you're at PAX right now, go check out their booth and tickle them and push them around and make fun of them and tell them that Beamdog sent you.
Yep.
Tales from Candlekeep Tomb of Annihilation is up for a Webby Award, so congratulations to BCom for that.
Sweet.
It's a pretty fun game.
Yeah, go up to the BCom guys and ask for your free container of maple syrup, which when a Canadian is asked for a free container of maple syrup, they must surrender it immediately.
So what is this game? It looks pretty intense, but it's not like a full D&D adventure. It's actually a translation of a really awesome D&D board game
that
takes a lot of the elements of D&D and sort of streamlines them and whatnot. So it's a really, really fun D&D flavored game, a lot of replayability, and it looks like they're going to keep pushing out expansions for this thing. They just did Tomb of Annihilation, as we had mentioned, and I'm sure that they will be joining up with Wizards of the Coast whenever they launch something new to update their game.
Yeah, we ran into the guys when we were down at the Game Developers Conference, and we were supposed to have an official meeting, but we didn't actually have time for an official meeting, so we had an unofficial meeting standing at the top of the escalators, chatting fiercely about what is awesome and what we should do together.
That's right.
So we should do things together.
GDC tip: if you're a reporter, go to the hotel lobby at the the Marriott,
the Marriott Marquis, and stand at the top of the escalators
and just hold a tape recorder and just stand there for a while. You'll probably hear all about Half-Life 3.
No, you'll hear pitches for hey, this is going to be the next PUBG, or I guess that was a little old. It'll be this is the next Fortnite.
Yeah. So, if you're an enterprising game journalist and you want some scoops, just go hang out there with a directional microphone.
Just hang out in the Marriott Marquis in general, and you get all sorts of 5,000. This is the next blah 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 pitch.
That's right. So, Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition is now out on Steam. It's been out for a couple weeks now, and people are loving it. The workshop is bumping, and in fact, how about we go take a look at that right now? I actually have a very exciting workshop item that I want to show off.
Phil gets excited about these kind of things.
I like workshops.
He also likes clicking on the wrong links all the time.
I meant to go to the community hub. Folks, this is live. You're watching me fail in real time. All right, so let's see. What's this gentleman's name? Spoonmaker has uploaded the Eye of the Beholder module, and super, super cool. It's an original project from the Neverwinter Vault. Oh, we won't go there right now. But later in the stream, I'm going to play this a little bit. It's super beautiful, very, very well done, and it's kind of exactly what I was hoping for would appear in the workshop when we added it to the game. So I'm very, very pleased about that.
I'm excited to see what comes out. I mean, I like the idea that the workshop is more accessible. I mean, Neverwinter, it's a bit of a bear when it comes to dealing with some of the user-created content, especially working with IRFs and hack packs and making sure you've got everything in the right place. I think Workshop will make that easier for a number of people, but at the same time, I still think to get a really rich modded experience, there's going to be some hurdles to jump. So Phil, I see you dancing around something with your cursor there.
So for those of you who are unaware, last Sunday Beamdog showed off a little secret project that we had been working on, and I'm going to make Trent play through it today in a few minutes, and we're going to get into that in a minute. Some more news before we move on. Siege of Dragonspear is out on iOS and Android. You can go pick it up, and it's looking really, really good. We have some patches coming for that in the near future.
Yeah, and a general rule of thumb, if you do get a crash, send us the feedback, please, because we need to find out if there are problems. If nobody clicks send feedback, we just assume everything's fine and that we're awesome. And going back over history and knowing that we're not that awesome, I'm feeling that there's people occasionally out there who may be sad, and I don't want people to be sad.
So with the 2.5 update, we're still working on that. The local update for Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition on desktop is going to be going out today.
Today.
So that is not the final 2.5 patch, but that's the localization update that we've been promising. We got sidetracked a little bit, so the release that was supposed to happen last week is happening today, right now. As well, so on tablet, and building on what Trent was saying earlier, if you're noticing any weird like hitches or pauses as well, not necessarily crashes, but if your application is like unresponsive for a couple seconds, let us know. We're currently in the middle of a big push to track down and solve all of those. Those are called ANRs on Android, application not responding.
We have started an ANR crusade.
Yeah, so for the next little while, we're going to be finding and hunting those kinds of issues. We want the tablet experience to be smooth, not, you know, blocky, chunky. It needs to be good. So
it needs to be awesome, dude.
Let us know, and we will look into it for you. And Beamdog is still hiring. We're currently looking for a technical artist as well. We're still kind of always looking for really great C programmers. People who are super familiar with Neverwinter are in great demand here because we want to keep working on this engine, keep moving it forward. And while there are an infinite number of people who are deeply familiar with Unity and Unreal, people who are willing to push bits around in C for Neverwinter, that's a rare skill set.
It's less common than using somebody else's newer engine.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the ends are worth it.
So yeah, the 2.5 patch for IE is coming soon. We're going to be rolling out the final versions of that this month. And yeah, so keep an eye out, and you will see language updates coming very, very soon. All right, so Trent, I think I should make you play this incredible new game called Sword Coast High.
Sword Coast High.
So Trent, what do you believe Sword Coast High is?
Well, right in front of me, I see Sword Coast High, a dating and dragons game. I see.
Are you excited? Are you going to get into this? All right, now Trent is taking control of the mouse.
Well, I'm going to let Phil control the mouse, but
you're going to pick all the options here. I'll voice the characters, and you can play the intrepid young high schooler that wants to date Minsk.
Okay, I want to date Minsk.
You want to date Minsk?
Really?
Yep.
Oh, dude. Okay, whoa, 18 charisma there.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to keep rolling. Just tell me when to stop. All right.
I want the 18 charisma.
Roll. Oh, 17.
Oh, 17's good.
Okay,
we're good. We're good. 13 strength. It's not really me, but you know I can play that part.
All right, so we're going to do this a bit quick. I'm not going to read everything here, but for those of you who want to see the full playthrough, check out our stream from last Sunday. We did 2 playthroughs, one where we dated Viconia and one where we dated Minsk. And today we're going to be doing a secret ending.
My God, I think you have a screenshot from my high school.
You jump as a body collides with a locker next to you.
Body collides?
Your best friend leans against the locker door and grins at you.
Oh God, Imowen's not my best friend.
She's your sister.
Ha!
Who's we? I guess I should let you pick.
Wow.
You don't get a choice here.
I don't?
No.
See, Phil's just rando clicking, so any choices
you're in charge now.
Let's lie. Minsk is kind of cute.
That's just a statement of fact.
That is true.
That's not really an opinion.
Cute. It's actually Boo who is cute. Minsk is just the appendage that Boo rides upon.
Saved by the bell. You don't have to talk to Imowen anymore.
Imowen groans. Thanks for leaving, Imowen. See you later.
AP Skullduggery. What are the exams for that like?
AP Skullduggery.
If you manage to steal the scoring key, then you win?
I don't know.
Sure.
I ponder.
Whoa. The friendly Parm cafeteria.
Harsh.
Remind me to suplex the writers.
Yes, suplexes should be delivered.
Hamsters and Rangers rejoice. Suplexes for everyone.
Oh, whoa, it's Minsk, and he's happy looking.
He's got great teeth. Look at those
He
choppers.
has good teeth.
He could bite through glass.
He has good teeth. Thank you, Minsk. Because I wouldn't rather eat standing. I would rather...
Backpack of holding? All right, so he says he's Minsk, and you're like, all right, thank you, Minsk. What do you want to say to this guy? Can you keep a secret? Are you able to?
Oh, it's so cute.
Oh, it's so cute.
Not only cute, Boo is smart, Minsk says earnestly. He can do tricks.
That's not really a trick, but all right, well, it's Minsk. I'll cut him some slack.
Minsk is easily amused.
Minsk offers his pet a piece of carrot. Oh, adorable. Is Boo really his pet, though?
Well, actually, I think Minsk is Boo's pet.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the
So
one.
I have wisdom, so I have a wisdom choice. I've heard of you. Aren't you the school's star running back?
Did the pythons not clue you in? Ah, yes. None can stand against Minsk.
None can stand against Minsk.
His expression becomes thoughtful. Except goalposts. Goalposts stand very straight when I accidentally run into it.
I don't know.
A little too Russian.
You're drifting. You're drifting on the accent.
I'm going to go all over the place here. I'm giving you a tour of Eastern Europe, folks.
Part of me wants to call him an idiot, but I'll say you poor thing.
Well, I mean, you gotta be mean to him.
So where are we going with this? Am I trying to play?
You gotta be a jerk to Minsk. So
You gotta be a Minsk.
let's be jerk to Minsk. That's how you get the secret. In.
Okay, let's go with the bottom choice then.
Also,
So clearly,
can I just again point out ballers?
I am a captain of the ballers. Oh man.
So is captain an elected position, or did they go with the lowest common denominator? That's mean. That's so mean.
Totally go with the mean. Mean.
Try like a confused animal.
Trying to work out whether that was a compliment or an insult.
Brutal.
I am saying you're dumb. Yes, I was saying you're dumb. I'm going to insult Minsk. Get him
I
mad.
thought you were nice.
Boo needs good influences, not insulting pences.
I mean,
I'd make Minsk make the sad face. Oh, I am a bad person.
to puzzle over his own reply before leaving the cafeteria. The poor guy. Look
Poor
at him.
Minsk. Poor Minsk.
I feel bad now.
My
The rest
God.
of the day is uneventful. Dungeoneering seems to drag on for days. It's true. You're in dungeons for days at a time, camping out down there.
Yep,
You eat lunch alone. How sad.
that is sad.
Mordenkainen's
On a park
magnificent
bench
ball loses the
outside.
entire scene. Cool. Emo's back.
NWN.
How does she
Hey,
put this
Emo.
outfit on in the mornings? Like, so many layers.
Mm-hmm.
Sweater,
It takes time.
weird button-up shirt, another sweater,
Yep.
belt, then the
over
spikes. I mean,
Yep. She's
Take some time.
She's trying hard for this. Why are you like this? What is wrong with you, Imoen?
ooh, and hops over the bench and plops Jen next to you.
Eats fenberries.
Gross. Wait,
What are fenberries?
what are fenberries? Are
Oh,
fenberries
they're-
the one
yeah,
that, like,
yeah.
stink?
No, they're
They're the good ones.
the good
Okay.
Yep.
How'd it go with Minsk?
I may have hurt his feelings.
May? Sorry, bud. You'll get him next time.
Can't I just give up, please?
I'm defeatist. Obviously, you didn't get a prom date yet. What's your plan? The clock's ticking, buddy.
I'll try being nicer to Minsk this time. No, I won't. I'm going to be
Get him
bad.
down.
I'm going to be abusive to poor Minsk. I'm going to make him sad.
Oh, she's gotta go chase down Jan Jansen.
Sad.
He still owes me that fake ID.
Oh God, Emily.
He whittled it out of a turnip. I know you saw me, JJ. So last time I had the joke of he's like, I want pictures of turnips because JJ, Jonah Spider. All right, moving on. You spot Minsk coming out of the locker room with the rest of the ballers.
Oh,
I
Minsk,
will never stop loving that.
Minsk and the ballers.
All right. Minsk and Boo are so happy to see you. Why? You were a jerk to him before.
I totally got to beat him down again. Obviously,
He's
he
a
likes
glutton
it.
for punishment.
He likes it.
I mean, he was, Dining was his witch, and she was kind of rude to him at times, so maybe he's into that. I have a spare right now, or was that advanced alchemy? So are you going to just
He's going
crush his
for a
dreams?
walk in the cloakwood. I'm going to crush his dreams. I've got advanced alchemy.
See, I think we need to take him on the date and then crush his spirit.
Okay, you click and we'll just go. Okay. So
Charisma,
lie, always.
Ancient trees, the woods are quiet. Yep, there's an old iron mine, very Baldur's Gate. Minsk is in his element. It looks like Boo's having fun. Boo's gonna get eaten, come on.
Boo's having fun.
Boo is having fun. Boo likes the forest, and I do too. There is much to nibble here. And you? You like the woods?
Yeah, don't quit your day job, dude. It certainly is dramatic.
I feel like you're not rejecting him hard enough, man.
Okay.
Just go for the throat.
Okay, let's go for hate all the way.
No, it's scary and I hate it.
So maybe you get beaten by a bear and have no one to blame but yourself. Yeah.
Wilson's gonna come out of the woods and eat you, buddy.
I'm snarky person.
We'll walk you out of the woods? Buddy, just pick a direction. Minsk leaves you to go to the next class.
Poor Minsk.
Whatever. Whatever. We don't need a date.
God, let me guess. Emma win!
Oh, it's the Dragons versus the Ballers. The big game starts out neck and neck. She's red with impotent rage.
Impotent rage.
Are you blind? Caring about things is lame.
Caring about things is lame.
It is very
I am a
lame.
high schooler.
Everyone sits back down, flustered and sighing heavily. Hey, ya! I think I saw your spooky purple friend skulking under the bleachers earlier. Then again, it looks like Minsk is having a rough time.
Yeah, Minsk could really use some help. We should totally help Minsk out.
Alright, well, whatever.
Because I'm supposed to be
Go
Minsking it, right?
He limps off the field, clearly feeling that last tackle.
I guess I should go talk to him.
Let's chat with him.
Let's make him feel more sad.
He slides up from below. It is our good friend, Minsk and Boo are glad you are here. We are a jerk to this guy, and he's just lapping it up.
Keep going. Let's punish him.
The dragon is too clever, too strong. They will triumph.
I was more ready to care about your problems before you got sweaty. I'm gonna go.
I feel like
Oh,
we don't want to kick him in the teeth too hard.
No, Minsk, you can win.
You can do it.
Yay, Minsk, you win,
Today
buddy.
it is Minsk's butt that gets the kicking. Oh, we got hit with a hot dog.
It bounces off Minsk's shiny head.
Boing.
Oh my God! Poor Minsk and his mustard head. Oh, no one loves you, and you're going to die alone.
Are you
Do it!
Are you telling me? Or
Do
Minsk?
it! Do it!
Yeah.
Oh, Minsk went pale. I actually feel slightly bad now.
The Ballers lose. You cackle menacingly, raising your arms to the sky in a deranged glory and reveling in the way this meaningless contest mirrors the fundamental pointlessness of the blood war raging across the lower planes.
That's a little dark, dude.
Let's go to prom.
Yeah, you failed to secure a date.
The alarm spell's going off.
Okay.
Should we put on the jorts, the tuxedo?
The
or
jorts
prom
of ultimate comfort. I am all about the jorts, baby.
A flask of Dragon's Breath bourbon. Hey, you're not allowed to bring booze to a high school dance.
That is true. I feel that
Emma
this is...
bursts from the crowd, literally, like
She's-
the alien from Alien.
She's wearing the same outfit. Emma win. I'm disappointed.
Jorts, nice. But these are my formal jorts.
They are my formal jorts. They're the best of my
Contrast
jorts.
matters. Yeah, well, you're wearing the same stuff you always wear, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Who are you to talk to me?
Let's party like it's 1481.
Let's dance like drunken owlbears.
A very dangerous
Dance
dance.
like drunken owlbears.
Plow into the dance floor.
Witness my dancing!
Again, you
Witness
literally plowed.
me!
You dance like fiends escaped from the nine hells. Couples quickly learn to avoid Imoen's swinging arms and give the two of you plenty of room. Growing bored, Imoen runs up to the Harpers and requests Magic Mouth.
Oh,
Unbeknownst to you, the Harpers have been experimenting with a strange new direction, and this is the excuse they needed to play their prog set. Imoen quickly realizes her mistake, and the two of you flee.
Flee! Flee!
That's a good move. I'd get out of there too.
Yep, the whole prog set thing, that's bad.
All in all, the night's a success. You didn't get a date, but you had a lot of fun, caused some trouble, and spent a chaotic evening with your bestie. Reflecting on it, you know you've gained a lot of valuable experience. You've gained a level.
Yay!
Hello, children. I am Minsk, and this is Boo. You may recognize us from such games as Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate: Siege of Dragon Spirit, and Baldur's Gate 2: Shadows of Up.
Minsk, I'm loving the tux.
Full disclosure
I
here,
am loving the tux.
neither Trent nor I have seen this path, so we're going on this ride with you.
We're going dark. Yeah, we go into the darkness.
We have had much fun today, but now we need to talk about something serious. No, it is not leeches, it is concussions.
You get too much Russian going.
Alright.
Boo is...
Concussions can be funny in fiction, but in the real world, they are no joke, like evil gnolls. For more information about concussion awareness and prevention, check out the CDC's Heads Up program on the World Wide Web. Anachronistic. Can't handle this.
Man.
Very nice. Congratulations, we made it to the
We made it to the end,
Yay.
and Sword Coast High, a dating and dragons game is
That's right.
over.
And last Sunday we had Holly Conrad helping us out.
I'm sure Holly had a hoot playing it.
So one last time, because we're not going to stream this again. Shout out to the team: Alexi, Zach, Carson, Sasha, Taya and Lee,
Yeah,
you guys kicked ass making this. Congratulations. And Dan as well. He helped out quite a bit.
To set some scope up, this entire game was made in a weekend.
Yeah. 2 days of
two longish days
fueled fun
of people just banging something fun out and having a hoot with it. So,
all right, we're going to answer some questions from the audience.
We've been ignoring the questions while we enjoy tormenting Minsk and trying to make him have an existential crisis and lose a football game.
That's right.
Holando, should we expect new character models for Neverwinter Nights now that it is released? Or is that out of Beamdog scope for the EE? We're working on the character model stuff. We're going to probably roll out as part of the new content we do in the future. There's a lot of little bits there. It's going to take a while to get that all together. And the reason I said Holando at the start of it is Holando is the dude who won the t-shirt. Holando, you have won a t-shirt. Congratulations.
So yeah, the new character models, news is coming about that, but I think you're going to be happy with what's coming down the pipe.
Yeah. Greetings, bags of mostly water.
In most cases, you know, we'd love to publicly commit to something and say, yes, we're doing X, Y, and Z, but we kind of would like to build up a bit of a library to surprise you guys with. So.
Well, we got to work on it first, and we don't want to promise it until we're sure it's going to get done.
We do have some exciting experiments in the works, though. If you head over to the workshop right now, you can actually check out the HD stuff that we have worked on so far. If you grab from Beamdog, what do we got here? There's the graphical showcase enhanced tile set. So if you grab that and go to the Hall of Justice, you can see some of the stuff that's coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
That includes a new character model, which I believe is a separate workshop item.
So one of the things I want to call out there is the Hall of Justice is a little overblown from a lighting perspective. It's using the same lighting as the old Hall of Justice, so it's a little hot.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Is there a changelog for patch 8167 that went out to Head Start a day or two ago?
Yeah, so speaking of Head Start, if you go over to the developer branch on Steam right now, you can grab a Bleeding Edge build, which is build 8167. Patch notes are going to be dropping today after the stream, so you'll be able to dig into those. For those of you who are unaware, the the development branch is going to be continually updated on Steam. We're always going to be pushing out Bleeding Edge stuff there, so you can always check things out. If you run a server, you probably don't want to be in that branch because you have to be updating your stuff constantly.
Yeah, and we'll probably be breaking the occasional thing in there, as is development.
But if you are working on stuff and you need that Bleeding Edge feature, you can head over to the dev branch and grab it.
ETA on server character organization on Neverwinter Nights. So this, I'm assuming, is trying to decide where servers go in the sorting. We haven't really made any progress on that. It's one of those things that's in the backlog. As soon as people see it and get to it, we'll start kicking around.
And then for going back to Infinity Engine, somebody asked a question about the 2.5 patch. We spoke about that at the very beginning of the stream, but if you missed that, the 2.5 patches are still in full swing. Today, a localization update for Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition 2.5 is going out. That localization update is going to not be the final update to the patch, but it's sort of a midway patch, so we can get updates out to you guys and you can test them out.
Yep.
The final 2.5 patches will start shipping this month, and it's going to be coming soon. All right, so still no news on Arcanum Enhanced Edition.
No.
Yes.
Still no news on Arcanum
Enhanced Edition. I'm pretty sure we will never stop getting that question. And yeah.
Here's a question. As the saying goes, it's easy to criticize with the benefit of hind legs. Not sure what that means. What part of Neverwinter Nights launch went better than expected, and what didn't go as well as you had hoped? That is a good question. So one of the issues we had with Neverwinter's launch was that it launched while I was away at the Game Developers Conference. So from my perspective, everything went smashingly well because I was oblivious to any disasters that were happening. The positive is it doesn't seem like there were many disasters, and most of the problems that were reported we were able to deal with fairly quickly. We had to do a couple reboots on the matching server because Apparently, if you used non-ASCII or non-standard characters in your server name, it would crash the master server. Silly us, we should have thought people would want to use wacky ding-dongs or something, wingdings, as their server names.
The lesson is, no matter how secure you think it is, never trust any data anywhere ever.
Yeah, any data in needs to be handled, even if it's not happy data.
Surprisingly, it didn't really crop up in the past 15 years or so kind of an interesting bug. All right.
It's because it's a different code, man.
Is there any chance
didn't exist.
of efficiency improvements in the Neverwinter server binary? Yes, we are continually looking into performance issues for Neverwinter, and we will continually be working on them. So right now you might notice that if you have a lot of people on a server, lag can become an issue, and for a game like Neverwinter, the amount of data that's actually being transferred between you and the server and the other clients isn't huge, so we're definitely going to take some steps to improve that.
This is one of my hot areas that I want to look into is, hey, many years have passed and things should have gotten better. Why are things not that much better? So multi-threading is not going to make that much of an improvement to it. I think there's some easy wins to be had. Just right now we're kind of grinding through. We've got some graphic bugs on Intel integrated hardware. If you are playing games on Intel integrated hardware, you are basically picking the difficult setting in life. Pick the easy setting. Get a graphics card that has really good OpenGL drivers. I'm fond of both NVIDIA and AMD.
I hope you guys are enjoying my SteamGuard password that I just had to put in. Please do not hack me.
I'm totally hacking you, Phil. I'm going to go back and look at this stream, and I'm going to look at your SteamGuard password.
Please don't.
Question, is auto download for hack packs coming anytime soon? Probably not really soon, but it's going to be a midterm. I mean, ultimately, we've got to figure out a way. We've got to stash those files somewhere, or at least index to them. And if those files go missing, we need a nice way of handling them.
Yeah. So there was an earlier comment about like, hey, if I don't have the Steam version, or if I want to fool around in the Neverwinter Nights vault, how do I get all this stuff? So that's part of the solution we're trying to figure out. Of right now, hey, if you're only on Steam, things work great because the workshop does everything for you. But we don't want that to be the only place that's a great experience.
I don't think the Steam Workshop does everything for you. If you click the right button, the Steam Workshop will make less pain in your world.
Fair enough.
So longer term, we want to mirror it. It's just a question of how best to do it and where to do it. And as always, we're working pretty close with the community on that one. Here's the next one. Are there any plans to add additional character classes and prestige classes, like we did with Baldur's Gate to Neverwinter Nights?
No comment.
We've got plans within plans within plans, but no comments.
There was a discussion about that yesterday, in fact.
Yep. I think we're going to do the Daigle class. It'll be a prestige class.
-1 all your saving throws.
Yeah.
Capped at 7 strength.
Any chance for better in-game tools to configure server information for players who are just wanting to play co-op within the game and not tinker with out-of-game client servers configuration files? You know what? I was just dropping a ton of swear words around this very topic. Like, there was at least 7 of them chained into one sentence, saying, we're trying to do the thing, and I can't do the thing, and I was unhappy. So I will look into this one, and we will try to step it forward. But it's about that time again. We should give away another t-shirt. We are giving the t-shirt to Lorax
11.
Lorax 11.
Friend to the trees.
Friend to the trees.
Lorax, buddy. Thanks for watching out for the
live
trees.
long and prosper, Lorax.
All right, so I'm loading up the I have the Beholder module that I mentioned earlier. Super cool module, very, very detailed. The people that worked on this put a ton of effort into decorating the environments and really showcasing what Neverwinter can do. They've got these awesome cutscenes. They just put a lot of work into it, and it's exactly the sort of cool stuff that kept Neverwinter Nights alive for a decade and a half.
Without our careful administration.
Without your careful administrations. Look at this cutscene. Incredible.
Here's a question.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, did you just get I-beamed?
Well, that's not me, it's a drow.
You underestimate Waterdeep's vigilance.
Hey,
Oh, that's one of the
we're in
Guardians,
Waterdeep.
isn't it? That's
Yeah.
awesome. So the question was, any planned changes to implement some version of full party control? All in caps. Full party control! Or at least improved companion control AI. We're still looking at the AI and what exactly we want to do there.
There's actually, though, there was a mod in the workshop that does that kind of, wasn't there?
Yeah,
I can't remember what it's called. But
Balkoth, I think, was the guy who
yeah,
built it.
he has a super cool mod that lets you, that kind of mods in party control like that.
Yeah, you basically add it and it becomes an option in your quick bar. You click on it and then you can click
Yeah.
on the ground and your guys will go there. Click on an enemy, they'll attack it. Click on the trap, they'll disable it. Or maybe they might go and set it off.
So, I mean, Neverwinter 2 or BG style full party control, probably not something we would want to add to the existing experience, but if we were going to make, you know, a bunch of new content that would fit with that, we would definitely look at it for that.
Yeah, I think ultimately it's something we want to go with. Down the road, we want to open things up and make it easier to do that. As far as a default option, I would say probably not a default option because it would change the fundamental gameplay. But I definitely think making it an option. Here's a question. This is more of a statement. Do you acknowledge that the toolset isn't working at all? Or have you already fixed the freezing issue? Well, I don't acknowledge that the toolset is not working at all because I was just using it. So for me, the toolset is working. Now, I will acknowledge that it is possible that the toolset could not be functioning properly for you. So if you are having problems with the toolset, help us out. Tell us what hardware you're running on, tell us where and exactly you're seeing the problems, and we will attempt to fix it. The toolset is a bit of a beast, and it definitely it's a bit of work to make that thing play happily. So hardware's changed a lot in the last 15 years, and we definitely want to support everything we can. And if you have an integrated Intel chipset, that might be part of the problem. Here's a question.
Oh, is Trent going to be John Cena's surprise opponent at WrestleMania this weekend? Actually, yeah. So, what is it? Hell in a Cell. They're setting that up right now. They're welding 6 concentric chain link fence cubes inside of each other, so you have to like burst out of each one. And John Cena is going to be menaced by Trent the whole time. He's going to have a spear. He's standing above the cage, and he's just sort of stabbing downwards at John Cena the whole time.
See, if I were to fight John Cena, like the question says, I would not want a fair fight. I would bring a tank, because that is the only way that I could hope to achieve victory against John Cena. I would bring an Abrams tank, and I would shoot him from a couple miles away, repeatedly, until there was only goo remaining.
I'm sure he would appreciate that.
And then I would stand on top of his goo, victorious. I have won! Hooray me!
All right, I'm just getting my my guys set up here.
Here's a question. Trent Phil, what kind of setting do you enjoy adventuring in? Jungle exploration? City adventuring? Dungeon crawling?
For me, it's city, and that might just be because BG and BG2 are such huge RPG influences on me. Because in BG1, Baldur's Gate, like holy crap, when you get there, it's just this dense bread of content that you can't get enough of. And then in BG2, of course, Athkatla is half of the game, and it just feels like this expansive, huge area. So I really like urban adventures.
So Phil is wrong, and that's okay, because dungeons are the best settings of all, because cities are too filled with people. And people, they just make everything worse. Whereas monsters in the dungeon, you have this clear opportunity to wreak havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
Look at how beautiful this environment is.
Happiness. That is a lot of foliage.
Yeah.
And little butterflies.
It's actually pronounced foliage.
Foliage? Foliage?
I would have thought you would have learned a little bit more at the library.
No. No. Question.
Can you convert
Bronwyn into an Icewind Dale Tempest kit in Baldur's Gate?
Tempest kit.
Tempest.
I waffled on this one back and forth quite a bit, but I think in the end my arm was twisted towards yes, so I think in the upcoming patch her kit was actually changed.
So, question. So, is Beamdog no longer committing to improving the tile sets and character models? They said several times on previous streams that they were committed to doing that.
But earlier in this stream, we kind of touched on that.
We touched on that. So
And,
I think the deal is we will be improving the look of Neverwinter Nights going forward, but that will be part of new releases. So we've talked about that in the context of like almost like premium module expansion pack Love Children, somewhere in the middle, in this happy, sweet, meaty center, to quote the legendary Cliffy B, it's like peanut butter and chocolate and peanut butter, and they get together and they get all mushy mooshed together. I'm not sure Cliff actually said that, but it sounded good.
I think the question ultimately is, a customer who just bought your game, will I get anything in the future to improve the game? And the answer is yes.
Yes. The game will be better looking.
Upgraded, and yes, you will see more things. The reason we're not saying specifically which assets is because this is a few months out, and the exact strategy for how we're going to release them is going to change as we get closer to it.
And the other
so I
thing
don't
is
want to really set expectations now.
Well, we've also just got the sheer volume of assets we got to do. So when we built Neverwinter Nights, we didn't look at Baldur's Gate 1 for how many assets a game needed. We looked at Baldur's Gate 2, and then we said, but what about the end users? They're going to create their own content, so we need to make a little more. So we basically made 2 games worth of content in terms of tile sets and monsters and items. And that was Neverwinter, the initial ship. Then we made Shadows of Undertide with more tile sets and more creatures and more items. And then we made Shadows of Undertide with even more stuff. And then there was the whole 169 bundle of oh my godness. That is a whole bucket of content to redo. So we're going to going forward, we're going to make newer, better looking content. And the game will be much, much prettier.
Yeah, so I guess the preview of what you can expect is geez, I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
You have an arrow sticking out of you.
I died
you
somehow.
have 2 arrows sticking out of you.
But I live again.
I die. I live again. Shiny and chrome.
Head over to the workshop and you can take a look at the new tile set, texture stuff, and new model stuff. So that's kind of a very, very, very early look at the stuff that we're working on internally.
So here's a question. Any love for Neverwinter Nights 2 in the future? I think we said it previously. We ran into Gus and the guys down at DICE, and we kind of pitched them on it, and we're talking. Words have been exchanged.
We should just merge the 2 games together.
Neverwinter Nights 1.95.
It's basic math, Trent. Neverwinter 1 plus Neverwinter 2 equals Neverwinter 3.
No.
I mean, that's how games
you
work.
asked me earlier what's my favorite thing about Neverwinter Nights 3, and it's the fact that I haven't had to build it yet. Here's a question. Are you still going to support the basic EE? I'm assuming here you mean Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. So we're going to keep rolling the code forward. We're going to keep making the game better. And that is the master plan. Dude.
So take a look at what we did for BG. We're planning on doing a lot more. And with more actual content.
Yep. We want to step the game better. I mean, I'm still kind of in love with the Neverwinter concept and all the things that you can do with it. And I really want to make that a better experience. So going forward, that is the master plan.
Sorry, I'm just playing through the Gingerbread Man adventure that I've got myself
So the moral of the story is Phil doesn't get the whole idea of attacks of opportunity, and he is allowing himself to be attacked constantly, and then he wonders why he dies.
But see, dying doesn't matter because I can just come back to life.
You can come back to life, but you lose XP.
I feel like that doesn't really matter if I can come back to life.
You're totally,
I'm getting leeched
You
here.
are totally not going to go up in levels. Phil is doomed for the rest of his natural life.
By leeches.
Yep.
Have you been looking at the old 1.69 bugs like weapon switching? Yeah, basically, if it's a bug in 1.69, it's a bug in EE, so it's going to be on our list of things to fix up. If there are any well-known issues that aren't on our radar, we need to be informed about them, and we can add them to our Trello and work on them.
And a lot of the 1.69s have actually already been fixed. Like we went through, we looked at a lot of the community fixes, and we mirrored a lot of them. In some cases, we just outright adopted them, and in other cases, we looked at their solutions and came up with essentially better ways because we had source code access to fix things. So we've really been trying to step it forward and make it better.
Question from the audience. We must meet Kalar Argent again in BG2. I will give my soul for this. Hey, you and me both, buddy. Just make the cost of producing Infinity Engine content about like 1/10 of what it is, and I will do it for you.
Here's a question. Can you give any stats on the amount of new active players since the Steam launch? Can you actually just see that in Steam?
Well, you can go into Steam Spy, and it will kind of tell you. One thing I can show you, I'm going to save real quick here and show you the current server list.
I love your save game names.
Half of the computer, or the files in my computer, are named just a series of random letters.
I think half of the things in Phil's world are named random letters. Join Internet Game!
Yeah, so this is the server list as it exists now. Quite extensive, so there's a lot of activity now.
Yep.
And
if it's red, it's password protected.
Yeah. In terms of exact numbers, Trent would have those. I do not know.
I think Steam would show concurrent player numbers.
Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah, so you can just look at Steam and it'll show a number of people playing live. I mean, the Neverwinter launch was good. We're continuing to roll it forward. We're happy with how things are happening, and we got big plans to roll stuff going forward. Here's a big question. Is the improving pathfinding Trello card a long-term or short-term card? And what does it take to move it to one of those? So improved pathfinding is a big topic. There are two technical approaches that I can see. One is to take the existing system and to reduce the suck. The other is to murder the existing system and replace it with another complete schema for pathfinding. I kind of want to do both, actually. So right now, I'm just trying to figure out the pain that's involved. And based on how much pain is involved, we'll make some decisions and we'll pick our approach and we'll roll it forward. So I think one of the big things to do is trying to understand where pathfinding is falling down right now. I mean, there's a couple spots where it's obviously kludging out a bit, but at the same time we need to look at it from a code standpoint and see why it's doing some silly things once in a while. And once we fix those, I think it'd be pretty awesome. If we go through and we tear it down and we rebuild it with another system, it's going to change the way Neverwinter plays. It's going to change the way it feels. It's going to change some big things.
It might ultimately have to be a toggle for the user or something that you set on a per module basis.
Yeah, so if we are forced to redo the pathfinding system, it may be that the HD content only supports the new pathfinding, so that is a possibility.
Yeah. Ultimately, like the question was, an earlier question was, are you going to keep supporting EE? And yes, which means that we have to maintain backwards compatibility. So there could be the possibility of a branch for new content in the future.
Yeah, we're never going to delete the support for something, but it might mean that new HD content requires a new pathfinding schema. Yeah. But again, we haven't dug too deep into the code on this yet. We've just kind of poked it around the edges and seen if there's some easy approaches. I went in and tried to rewrite parts of the max exporter, specifically the access line bounding box issue, and God, it was a nightmare. I'm still hurting from that.
Yeah, every time I look over at your machine, you're in the middle of max script, and it's a horrifying morass.
Yep. And I think I've changed at least 4 F words into one sentence because of Mac script. Here's a question. Could we get a way to stop auto updates on the Steam server?
Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you might be able to opt out in the Steam client itself. Poke around for that. I'm 50% sure that there's a way that the client handles that for you.
Yep. We've got another question. Will it be possible to add new custom feats? So our approach there, we're not going to just rip things open quickly. We're going to have to slowly step it forward and slowly open up systems to make them more moddable, and at the same time allow people to be sure that they're at least aware of the scope of changes that they're getting on a new server.
We are deeply aware that it is one of the most requested mod features, though.
Yeah, so we're trying to think of a good way to do it that doesn't require a whole lot of manipulation of files or a whole lot of different settings on the end user side. So
yeah, so like the answer is yes, we want to enable you to do that. We just want to figure out a way that ideally it could just be like, hey, workshop, new class, subscribe, done, without any extra hassle or fiddling.
Yep.
So that's what we're trying to work towards.
And for the last 10 minutes here, I'm going to leave Phil on his own because I have to actually go to a dentist to get a broken tooth repaired.
Yeah, I broke Trent's tooth, so...
It wasn't you, it was popcorn, man.
Who do you think made the popcorn?
Bastard. Bastard.
Alright, folks, so as I mentioned before, I'm playing through the Eye of the Beholder module, which is currently on the workshop right now. And this was actually originally on the Neverwinter Nights Vault, which is where there's a ton more adventures if you're curious and you've exhausted the workshop. But it's very, very well made. The environments are great, the writing is very well done, the scripting is excellent, and it's kind of the perfect example of what Neverwinter is and was at its peak. Someone from the audience is asking or saying, I heard the new user interface is going to be coming with the upcoming Spelljammer DLC. Well, now that Trent is in here, I can talk at length about my plans to lock him out of the office and turn this into a Spelljammer production studio. No, we're not doing Spelljammer right now, but I want to. People always ask me, why do you love Spelljammer so much? It's silly. That's why I love it, because it's silly. There's a hippo with a plate armor and a shotgun boarding a pirate ship in space. How is that not hilarious? Like, come on, folks. Question for a statement from the audience. Make Deacon the new Beamdog mascot or I will riot. Well, you might need to talk to Trent about that one. He has feelings about Deacon that are not positive, for lack of a better term. I liked Deacon. Deacon to me was like Cespinar from Throne of Ball, which is a cute little companion that has a cute little voice. But others disagreed and hated him with the fury of 1,000 suns. For those of you who are joining us from the D&D stream, shortly after the Beamdog stream, we're going to be going to one Nathan Stewart of Wizards of the Coast for a fireside chat. Now, for those of you who are unaware, Nathan Stewart is my hated rival, and we have a long-standing history of aggression and violence between us. He has, however, said that if you scream at him enough for that Sword Coast High game, he will acquiesce and let me do whatever I please with the D&D franchise. So please make his life a nightmare of requests and chants for Sword Coast High, and we will make that for you. I am not doing well here. I'm diseased and being hunted through the sewers by a group of kobolds. I could have done better, but I was not paying attention because coming up with things to say nonstop while Trent is not here is distracting and difficult. Let's give away a t-shirt. Alright, the winner of the t-shirts is Atrophied Eric. Congratulations, Atrophied Eric. If you visit the office, Trent can help you fix your muscles. And now I'm asleep, and they're going to stab me in the head with an arrow. And I died. Alright, good stuff. Let's check out what's going on the internet. Alright, I'm going to pick a random server here, and let's see what works out for me. Ooh, a PvP arena. I like that. Let's do that. Oh no, I gotta make a new character. Alright. Race, we're gonna be a half-orc who looks like a dwarf. And my class will be that of a wizard. If there's one thing half-orcs are known for, it's being wizards. Abilities, recommended because I am lazy. Customize, let's give him a bald head, some nice looking tattoos. I'm gonna go with blue. I guess that's more of a dark purple. And green. There you go. Fat with some fancy clothes. Let's give him some S&M gear. Yeah, look at that. Ready for a night on the town.
Get on them! Attack, I say!
Alright. Prigger, Gula. I like that name. Let's go with it. Someone from the audience is asking for Sigil High. I would also love to do a high school dating game set in Sigil, but it's more of an adult setting, so maybe that's the college game. Alright, let's level up here. I have a feeling we're going to be leveling up a lot. Oh, the last guy already won a t-shirt, so it looks like someone else has to win the shirt. So the person who wins the Neverwinter Nights t-shirt is Charissa1066. Charissa? C. Harissa 1066. There you go. I'm going to be leveling up a lot here, I feel like. So how about we just go into the arena under-leveled? Let's see if we can kill some people. The War Portal. Ah, you gotta level up to 20. Alright, folks. Hold on, we're gonna do this quick. What are we at? 4? We can do this. We keep changing the name of our bat every single time. He's gonna get an identity crisis. Recommended. Recommended. Let's keep changing that name. Zagon. Today your name is Zagon. Zagon, I have news for you. I'm changing your name to Limard. Limard. Buddy, I have news. I'm changing your name. Limard, I'm changing your name to Myrna. Or Myrna. Let's stop changing Myrna's name. What are we at now? 10? Is this 10? Is anyone keeping track? We only got 8 minutes left before we got to go hang out with Nathan, so I'll try and get as much fun as possible before we go to him. Because I know he's not the most fun guy. I'm sorry. Damn it, I changed the name again. It's Plus now. Your name is Plus. You're staying as Plus. Are we done? No, not yet. Alright, let's keep going. Nope, still nothing. You know what we should add to this game? We should add an auto level all the way to 20 button. That's what we should add. Specifically for me, because most people would actually take their time and construct a character that, you know, has strengths and weaknesses and is designed for something in particular. Instead of right now, I'm building the guy who has the most concentration in the universe. How many more levels are there? Come on. Oh, so close. I can feel it. Only got 6 minutes left. Son of a... Okay, I have a good feeling. This is the one. This is the last level. I've been counting secretly, and I knew all along. See, I was right. Alright, let's go. Hey, there's a person. There's probably someone who's watching this stream and is eager to kill me. Alright, so now we're here. That's the AFK area. There's Portal 1. Let's go here. Now, the trick is that I am a wizard, so I've got a shit ton of spells here. Sorry for cursing, I apologize. And I don't need equipment. That's the beauty of this. I can just fight whoever I want, and I'll win because my spells will destroy them immediately. Xania Novakin. Alright, I'm going to destroy this person with incredible ease because I have the best character on the server, and I have a deep, deep knowledge of the rules. Ah, crap. Bad things happen. I'll get you, buddy. Watch this. You think you're tough? Oh, I died. Alright, well, I'm not as good as I thought, so with that, I will leave you guys to join me on this server and help me out because I need help. Let's take a look at the scores. Let's see. Scores and status. Yep, I am not going to make this board. Alright, let's try this one more time. You guys ready? We're going to kick some ass. Oh, I forgot to prepare any spells. That's probably why I'm going to die. Well, you know, let's kill this guy. Watch this. Look at him lose. Look at him get his ass just beat. Watch, my creatures are going to destroy him. Come, Dire Badger! Oh, come on. I had that in the bag. Ugh, terrible. Yeah, it looks like they figured out we're on the stream. So Degenerate says, hi, stream. Hey, I'm in a party now. All right, let's do this. This time, we're going to win. Beamdog, baby. That's right. Okay, there's Cheeseburger. And Gwithane. Oh, he's under attack. I'll help him out. All right, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost on Cheeseburger to help my friend here. Yes, I did 4 damage. The Badger will help. Come, Badger. All right, now let's get in there and mix it up. Come on, Badger, help me out. Why? Why aren't you helping me? How did this happen? We did everything right. Ugh, disappointing. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to call it the end. Thank you very much for joining us today. Stay tuned every Friday for a stream. Next week, we're going to have an all-new stream set up, so you'll be able to see my mug and Trent's mug in all its awful glory. And we will see you then. So until then, Neverwinter Nights is available on Steam and Beamdog. Siege of Dragonspear is now on iOS and Android. The 2.5 update for the Infinity Engine is going to start rolling out this month. And today, the Baldur's Gate 1 localization update is rolling out for people who have opted into the beta. And we have a new patch for Neverwinter Nights coming around the corner pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. And until then, you can join us on the Beamdog forums to chat with us and tell us what you want to see in Neverwinter Nights. Until then, folks, have a great week, and we will see you then. Oh yeah, I forgot. Nathan Stewart, Fireside Chat. He's up next.